Well, hey, B, it's JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, I want to talk about love during lockup. So let us go ahead and get right on into it. We're going to get our people up on the screen so we know exactly who it is we talking about on today. Okay. And we're going to start off with Tia and Rob, but she's going to link up with Toya and his sister, who I think his sister name be her name may be Tisha or Tanisha or something like that. So anywho, she asked them to come over because she's feeling away, and she's like, "Listen, y'all are telling me one thing and he's telling me another, and I need everybody in the same place so I can figure out what the fuck is really going on." Okay. So Rob calls her while she's with them. I guess that was like a planned phone call. So he gives her a call and she tells him that she needs a solid number on how long it's going to be before she can expect him to start living with her. And he tells her 3 to 6 months. Not too different from when he talked to her the other day and she pretty much threw the phone on the ground, right? Because she was here in 1 month and then it turned into 3 months. So she asked, "Who apartment are you going to be at?" He tells her, or at least who's going to be at the apartment. And she says, or he says, "Nobody's going to be at the apartment. Okay. It's just supposed to be me that's going to be at the apartment." So he tells her that nobody's gonna be there. Her sister says, "Well, listen, all I know is that his friend Rail and his girlfriend were supposed to be at the apartment or whatever. But if anything has changed, then I was unaware of that. So I don't know. I can only tell you what it is that I know about." Okay. And so Rob says, "Well, my apologies or whatever. Like, the miscommunication is my fault. Like, that's on my behalf. I should have did a better job of communicating that." So he's immediately out the gate accepting fault. But I kind of feel like, well, Rob, you did kind of give slight confusion in the beginning by saying a month, but everything that you're saying on the phone to her now isn't too different than what you already told her earlier on. And she's more accepting of the information now than when it was earlier on. Maybe because the sister is sitting there. I don't know. But when I hear it, it just kind of makes me feel like, well, then why are we upset and why are we doing this if you only gonna still accept what he told you, which is 3 to 6 months? I don't know, y'all. Y'all let me know. So she asked who has access to the apartment. And he says the owner got access to the apartment. And the owner would be the girlfriend of his homeboys. So the girlfriend won't be there because she supposedly went back to Harlem to live with her mom or whatever the case is. I guess help the mama out or whatever. But he's already told her that the girl was going to sublease the apartment to him. Okay, so he'll be occupying the apartment while she's away. Maybe he's expecting the girl to be gone for a certain amount of time, and when she does return, he'll likely leave and go live with Tia. I don't really know. Okay, but Toya over there looking like y'all stressing me the fuck out. Okay, well, whatever y'all got going on, girl, I'm stressed. All right, even her cousin Toya is looking at her like, "What's going on? Like, why are you doing too much? Like, what is this?" And I'm like, okay, I thought it was just me, just a little bit, but seeing the cousins' facials, it's like, okay, we on the same page with this, right? So, Miss Tia asked him, "Am I still your number one girl?" He was like, "My number one girl." He says, I mean, she was like, "Yeah, like, am I a priority in your life when you come home?" And he was like, "Yeah, you're a priority in my life. Like, I apologize if I made you feel like you weren't a priority, but you really are a priority to me." Now, y'all, I don't know. Rob is very handsome. I know right out the gate we look and we be like, "Oh, that man handsome." We know his style. We know his type. You're a bigger girl. Chances are you're going to get cheated on or whatever. But I mean, there are men that really love they girls that, are a bit bigger and may be faithful to them as well. I don't know. I don't know what Rob is going to give us when he gets out, but what I can say is, based on Tia's past, she has a strong chance of ruining her own relationship for her lack of trust. Okay, that's just what I'm thinking about it. She could create, I think, because of what has been done to her in the past and she hasn't fully dealt with it and healed from it, she can create certain scenarios in her head to be, you know, not what they really are when it comes to this relationship, and therefore could end up pushing this man further away than what he needs to be. And I feel like she got a high chance of ruining this relationship. Okay, but I also think that Rob needs to be very aware of what her past is, and he might need to just operate accordingly. That means with this type of woman, you want to make sure that you overly communicate, and you want to communicate the right way. You don't want to go into it telling her one thing and then next thing you know, when she talks to you, she's hearing something else. Okay, so it's definitely gonna have to be a two-way street where she's gonna have to improve on her, you know, um, trust issues or whatever she got going on within her, and he's going to have to kind of help her with that by making sure she doesn't question things at the same time. Now she does go meet with her grandma, and she's pretty close to her grandma, and her grandma happens to be the mother of her dad, right? And I hate stuff like that. I hate when the kids are closer to the grandma than the daddy. And it is sad, but it lets you know that sometimes parents can only do so much. The mama probably has been telling his ass to be an active father, but once people get grown, they gonna do what they want to do because that's just how they is, and that's just how their own internal issues are set up. And it's really unfortunate, but I'm super glad that she's close to somebody on that side of the family, right? She ain't got nothing to do with her daddy. She says she hasn't seen him since he was 9 years old. You could tell since she was 9, and you could tell that it's something that still affects her, right? And hell, it probably contributes to her going down the wrong road when it comes to finding love, in my personal. But anywho, she tells her grandmother about her dating this great guy that happens to be incarcerated, and the grandma's like, "Well, why he incarcerated?" And she's like, "Well, girl, he treat me real well. He's a nice guy." And grandma said, "Girl, I hear all that, and I really don't give a damn about none of that you talking about. What I'm trying to find out is why this man is in jail. Okay, what landed him in prison? Give me that tea. What is that about?" She tells the grandmother that it's armed robbery. Okay, the grandma, no, so Tia says, "I know it sounds bad, but just trust me on this, okay?" That's what she says. And the grandma's a bit concerned, all right, with this man being behind bars. What comes with that is that, one, he could be a problem. Some men come out and they get their life together after prison, and some men come out, F up their life, and get right back in prison. But even with that, a lot of the men that are in prison entertain a lot of other women. Okay. They be out here cheating more than the men that's out here cheating that's free. Okay. So you could just never tell. And the grandmother is just reflecting back on the past relationship that Tia had, where it was just a terrible relationship for her. And she's concerned and she doesn't want to see her go back down that road. So it is emotional for her grandmother. And I can understand that. But I do feel like grandma would feel this way regardless of who Tia date at this particular time. And I feel like that is because Tia has not taken the time out to get the proper healing that she needs to get and really love on herself, okay? To know what it is that she does and does not want in the future. So we'll see. I mean, hopefully, I'm really hoping that Rob ends up being one of the good guys, but we're going to have to wait and see how that plays out. But grandma was so pissed off. She said, "Baby, I done lost my damn appetite." Like, girl, get me the hell up out of here. Okay, if I'm gonna cuss you out in front of these cameras, and I'm not trying to show that side of me because I don't want the people in the church to think that I'm one way when I'm not. Okay, but anywho, girl, let's get to Kate and Hunter. So she's over there talking to her mom, and her mom is fully aware of the scheme that she came up with to come to the people with the bullshit, okay? And that scheme is that she set Hunter up on this website to help him find pen pals and sugar mamas, okay? Well, it looks like the plan could potentially be backfiring on her because he done found one of the ladies that he actually likes, and she ain't even his type. Okay. So, girl, that ain't that something? So she tells her mom about Hunter getting in trouble because the girls were showing the boobs and all of this other stuff. He was over there doing stuff that he shouldn't have been doing over there in prison, and it might delay him getting out. Okay, so while she's over there talking to her mom about it, her mom says that she don't think that he being completely honest about the situation. And I said, "Girl, you better get that good wisdom from your mama, because mama know." Okay, love is blind, honey, and it'll take over your mind. What you think is love is truly not. You need to elevate and find, because mama done find out that that man is over there not giving you the full truth. Mama done find out that man over there giving you piece of lies, all right? So he needs to just be honest and come clean about everything, is what the mama says. Now, she does go to link up with her good girlfriends. It's like these two black girls or whatever. And I love that. I was like, okay, you got you some black friends and stuff like that. Let's see how this gonna go. The one with the I think it was like the Auburn type braids or whatever, girl, we see each other. All right. She's giving the girls the scoop, telling them what's going on. When they got outside to do their confessional, one of them said, "Ooh, bitch." I said, "Girl, yes." I love the messiness of it all. Because let me tell you, them girls gonna keep it real with you for sure. Okay, they gonna keep it real with you for sure. Now they said they do like the scheme of it all. Okay, that she's slick pimping his ass. I said, I know that's right, girl. But at the same time, they don't know how this gonna go for her. They do feel like it's gonna backfire, and girl, it is. Okay, It is. Now, at some point while she out there with the ladies having a good time, Hunter calls her. And he feels like this gonna be a great time for him to call her and keep it a buck with her about the other chicks. And we about to see if he just finna keep it real with her about Callie. And I hope that he does. Or Kaylee. I'm not sure how you say her name. But I hope that he does keep it real with her so she can make the decision on whether she gonna want to continue to ride with him or not. And I think that she is. I think she is, despite him being connected to somebody else. I think that she feels that her emotional connection with him, because she met him prior to him going into prison, is going to be strong enough to keep them together. So whatever he tells her, she gonna stay down. Because to her, she feels like it's a fantasy anyway. Remember last week when she said, "Oh, the relationships online, those are nothing but fantasies." So she's not believing that it's deeper, even when he tells her that it is. If he does tell her. Okay. Now let's get to Callie because she's out with her friend. Okay. She at a SEX store and her friend's name is Ava. So she's looking for something that's going to mimic Hunter and his big packaging, okay? So she's looking for a toy. She tells her friend, "Hey, just want to let you know that Hunter asked me to marry him." And the friend was like, "And what did you say?" She was like, "Girl, I said, yeah, duh. What the hell you thought I was going to say? I ain't been entertaining and sending this man money for nothing. Like, we're really doing this, okay?" The friend tries to act supportive, but you could tell, girl, that she is not here for it. But she knows her friend. Her friend going to do what she want to do anyway because, of course, that's just how she is, right? So Hunter does give her a call while she's out with old girl, and she's like, "Hey, listen, I'm at the SEX store." He's like, "What you doing out there?" She's like, "I'm trying to get something, that mimics you. And I think I may have just about found the right one." For me, I have yet to see, and they're only maybe 2 episodes or so in, as far as their storyline, and I have yet to see a real connection between the two of them. I do believe he has a stronger emotional connection to Kate. Not so much as to Kaylee, but to Kate. And when it comes to Kaylee, I feel like it's more of a sexual vibe. And I feel like she's more open to do a lot of different things that he may want to do. On top of the fact that she might have good passing time conversation. And she keep lacing the man with money. So much so that he hit her up and told her, like, "Listen, I spent them $200 that you gave me over there on some shoes or whatever." And she was like, "What? You spent this money on shoes?" So she's a little pissed. And the fact that he said that out loud while she's on speaker, I'm sure it makes her feel even more embarrassed, right, by the situation. So she says every month, I suppose it's every month, she likes to buy like this $500 text message package where they can have like text messaging interactions or whatever the case is, right? Well, out of that 500, he took 200 of those dollars and bought him some shoes. And I am really confused about why y'all need to have certain type of shoes in prison when ain't nobody gonna see you but the same people that wake up to you every day, and they gonna end up getting jealous. And that be the thing that I have talked about on my channel previously, where I feel like people go out and they buy things not so much as for themselves and because that's what they like, but more so for the reaction of others. And I feel like that's a prime example. Like, did you really buy those shoes for you because that's what you like? Or did you buy them so that you could walk around and flex to the other prisoners that don't got nothing, that, "Oh, look at the shoes I got on today"? And that's what I think that motivates and drives a lot of people. Some people go out, will buy purses and bags because we think other people will think that it's cute. So therefore we think it's cute and may never wear the damn purse again. And that's not everybody's situation. But I do believe that that is some people for sure. May go out and buy some heels or whatever. Go out and buy a particular dress or something like that based on how other people are going to think it's going to be. But what do you really like? You the one that pay for it. That's your money. They ain't got to wear it. But anywho, girl, so that's what's going on. So he tells her that he needs more money for the food box later. And she was like, "Well, I don't know what to tell you because you shouldn't have spent your money on shoes. You thought that it was more important for you to walk around in some shoes than for you to have some food in your stomach. So what you want me to do about that?" So she says that's on you. He says, "Babe, listen, I always keep it real with you. I keep it real with you. I tell you the truth. I haven't lied to you." Yeah, you have, because she don't know nothing about Kate. And I love the fact that she was able to clock him and say, "Yeah, well, you didn't quite keep it real about this. Didn't quite keep it real about that." Okay. So I appreciate her being honest about the fact that he told her he needed money for food, but he used the money on shoes. That wasn't being honest. I'm like, you better be able to keep him on his toes and call him out. All right. She says, "And you know what? I understand now why people feel used. I get it. You should have got that a long damn time ago." Okay, that's what you should have got. So he says maybe he's acting like maybe I'm acting like I could get whatever I want or whatever, but I'm not acting like I'm using you. And I say, whoa, that still don't sound good. The fact that you hitting her up and coming at her like she gonna give you whatever it is that you want is still a problem to me. That still don't sound good, sir. Ooh, he's definitely playing you, girl. I wouldn't be surprised if later on we done find out he done attached himself to a whole nother woman. Like Hunter is not to be trusted because Hunter is on the hunt for bitches. That's what it is, okay? So he says that he's not using Callie or Kaylee for financial gain, but he's dating her seriously. And you can't possibly be dating her seriously because you're locked up. So you can't go on any dates. So stop it. So she talks to um let's see. Oh no, yeah, okay, yeah. So that was the part where I was saying that Kate ended up talking to her friends about Hunter and him, getting pen pals or whatever the case is. All right. But anywho, so there's another time where Callie and Hunter does talk, okay, and they're talking about the money situation, and he apologizes to her for bringing up the $200, and she says everybody already thinks that he's using her, and of course he apologizes to her, and he says, "I tell you this, when I get out, I promise to handle all the bills." I can't. I understand how she's feeling in the moment because in her head she's thinking she's the only one. But it's irritating us as viewers because we know she's not the only one, and she's listening to the lies that this man says he's going to take care of the bills when he get out. Are you really going to be able to get a good job enough to pay for the bills? No, he's just going to string you along. So anywho, he says he's attracted to her personality. And then he says that he feels like they're in the honeymoon phase and he doesn't want to leave that phase. He wants to stay in that phase, right? And he says Katie babies him and he loves it. So we got our answer, just what I was expecting, okay? It's more of a strong sexual connection between them. She's going to likely let him try all of the things with her that he can't try with Kate, okay? They have different personalities. Kate is more mature, more grown up, or whatever the case is, and Miss Ma'am isn't, and Kate doesn't seem like she's going to baby him and give him whatever he wants like Miss Callie or Kaylee is, okay? So that's that. All right. He says he likes her personality, but he goes on to talk about how she babies him, and that's what he absolutely loves. So, what else is it about her personality that you actually like, Mr. Hunter? I'm ready to see this train wreck. Let's get to Sam and Krystal because Krystal is up for parole and she wants him to prep the house for her to come home. I don't think that's right. And I think Sam, some part of me feels like whatever Krystal gives you, you deserve it. Because I think that in your head what you should do, but you're being blinded again by the love or something, or maybe you being needed or something like that. I don't know what it is, but why you ain't give her no pushback and say, let's make a list of everything that you want. And when I find out from the judge that you indeed are getting out, then I'll go to the store and get those things. I feel like her having him do this is just giving him tasks to keep him busy, giving him tasks for her to control and being on top of him about, did you do this? Did you do that? Like, that's what it is. Like, I feel like Krystal really wants a child. She doesn't want a partner. Okay. So, she says that Sam lies about stupid things. Well, what do you lie about? If he lies about dumb things, stupid things, what do you lie about, ma'am? Okay. So he was supposed to, I guess, get her a certain type of refrigerator. He ends up getting one that he feels is more feasible, makes more sense, and it's a small personal fridge, right? She's upset because she's like, oh, we spent all this time on the phone and things about a particular fridge that I want, and you mean to tell me that this is what you come to me with? You said that it was going to be delivered on a certain day. Well, maybe he didn't tell, maybe he wasn't lying. Maybe it was delivered. It just wasn't the one that you wanted. And then this is what's killing me too. And I can't feel sorry for Sam completely. Krystal is demanding a lot from him. And he's at a place where I guess he didn't feel the love in his previous marriage, that he has to go above and beyond the call of duty to show his worth of some sort, because you're literally spending out money on your household, money on her grandmama household, then got to turn around and spend money on her in the prison. Like, you're being drained for money. What? And she got the audacity to complain about a refrigerator that she can't even see or have at this time? Girl, it's just a refrigerator that's like, I'm so confused about that. But anywho, what else? So I think that he should wait to get more details about whether she's getting out, then get the stuff that she needs, okay? All of the stuff that you're desiring, it can happen at a later time. I also question, with her saying that Sam is a liar, if Sam has also given her the idea of what his financial situation is when it's really not even given that. That could also be a major lie. All right. So, anywho, she asked him about hitting on girls and stuff like that. And it's killing me softly because I already knew she either had a girl in prison or she got something else going on. So, Sam doesn't see that. We do. And it's irritating. Like, I do not like Krystal. I already can tell that. She has the audacity to say that she has her grandmother watching him. And I'm like, girl, your grandma is watching him a little too closely. And if you think your grandma got your back, it's not giving that. Grandmama really wants your man high key, the highest, okay? So, anywho, Sam tries to have phone sex with Miss Krystal, but she gets uncomfortable. And she wants him to, like, pretty much remain faithful on the outside, but she doesn't want to entertain or feed any of that to him. It's making me question, one, are you even attracted to the person that you married? Two, Sam, that's what you get for even marrying her. Three, I really do think that lady is a lesbian. She says that she's not, but I think that she is. I do. I don't think she's attracted to him at all, and I do think that she's the lesbian she says she's not. All right, that it ain't no different than men being in prison and they probably smashing on another man or getting head from a man, but want to turn around and tell us that they not gay. You're gonna have those same desires when you get out. Like, stop playing. Like, it's okay. It's giving bisexual, but you're leaning more so on the gayer side or the lesbian side. Okay, just be honest. So she wants him to respect her boundaries, is what she says, but you also want him to be all about you. He can't have absolutely any boundaries, but you can. Okay, girl. So, anywho, she's been getting it in while she's in prison, and that's exactly what it is that we expected her to say. Okay, his good friend Cameron comes into town to visit, and he tells him that he's been yearning for sexual attention, and he can't seem to get it from his wife. We would be a fool to think that this man hasn't dipped out and been doing it with somebody else. Now, whether they're going to show that part of his storyline, I don't know, but I am refusing to believe that Sam has been celibate for 4 years. I think that Sam may have found him a little hook book, a little street walker, a little, I don't know. He done found him somebody to give him some pleasures. I do believe that. Either that or grandma done took them dentures out and she just slobbed on a knob or something. I don't know. But he's getting his piece. I refuse to believe, okay? So he says that he hasn't had sex, like I said, since he was once married, and that's been about 4 years that he's been celibate. And the gag is we don't know when she's getting out. She could potentially not get parole this time and then not be out for another 7 years or however many years. And you want this man to be faithful? Listen, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't even support that if it was a woman on the outside and the man on the inside. So I'm not gonna support it with the man being on the outside and the woman being on the inside and you trying to control him. Sam, go sow your royal oats in over here somewhere. Stop letting that lady play on your top like that. She ain't even playing on your top. That's the thing. You need to get out there and get somebody that's gonna play on that top. Just a little piece, okay? So, anywho, she says that she has to remind him she has to remind him when she needs money and stuff. And he says he spends money on her because he wants her to have what the other women don't. And do you know? And I'm like, sir, why is that the case when you know you're going broke? You know you high key struggling, but you wanna lace her with things so that she can have what the other women don't. You know what it's also giving? It makes me think of how when Callie was on the phone with her boo, while her friend was there, he ended up embarrassing your ass asking you for money. And this is what it's giving with Sam being on the phone with Krystal and Cameron there. I feel like he's trying to make it seem like, a better situation than really what it is. And it's not really giving that. Okay? I want you to have the things that other women don't. And then she tells him, yeah, we do have what the other women don't, a real relationship. This lady, I hope she don't get out. I really don't. I hope she doesn't get out, and I slick hope their show concludes, okay? I hope they end at this point on the show. I do not want to see them go forward. She's going to really get on my nerves, I can tell, with her controlling ways. So he tells her that he wants more from her sexually. So she gets upset. Only a person that is not attracted to their partner or is cheating and interested in something different is going to get frustrated when you ask that. She's trying to, as soon as she said, I got somebody standing over here and somebody standing over there, I'm not going to do that. She tried to make it seem like it was about the guards, but the moment she said, I got somebody standing over here, I was thinking about another partner that's probably in her cell. She got another girlfriend or two in prison. That's what I'm thinking, okay? So she gets upset and tells him if he feels the need to go out there and have sex, then go do it. I said, and would. And would. Remember what you said, and you hung up the phone. Remember what you said. Remember what you said, and let me make sure I do it tonight. Let me make sure that I do it tonight so you ain't got to have no more worries about that. And if she thinks that she could just hang up the phone, and he tells me, dang, every time this happens, she got me there because she could just hang up the phone and leave. Let me tell you, when she hang up that phone, I wouldn't answer for her next call. Period. I surely would not be answering for the next call. So, anywho, Cameron asks if he thinks that she's using him. And Sam says, he doesn't think so, but then also goes on to say that he spent over $100,000 on her since, he's been with her. Sam feels, in my opinion, that he's needed in this relationship. I think him being able to provide and do for her when she's behind bars makes him feel needed, validated in things, maybe what he wasn't getting in his first marriage. But when she gets home, it's going to be a completely different story, and she going to wear your ass out, and it's everything that you deserve, in my opinion. Let's get to Jakima and Donnie. So she takes the kids out for a fun day, and she sits down and meets with his sister, and she talks about how she's been feeling ghosted. Of course you're going to feel ghosted and left out because he's in the hole. He can't really talk to you like that, right? But she's really feeling left out because she don't know why he's in the hole. And the sister said, well, don't ask me because I can't tell you either. All right? She says, well, listen, I got this group chat with this other chick whose guy is locked down in there too, and she has been communicating with me and confirms that he is in the hole, but they just don't know exactly why he's in the hole. Okay. So she's still having to figure that out. And she says she may have to do her own research to find that out. So we'll have to see. Okay. So she tells the sister, when the sister asks her, like, you sure this is what you want to do? Like, moved all the way out here, uprooted your life and stuff. And she's like, I mean, yeah, I want to wait. I love him. I care about him. We got a whole plan for when he gets out, and I'm not ready to come up off that man just yet. Okay, I just got to figure some stuff out. But right now, she is questioning things a lot about like why he's in the hole. Could he been selling drugs? Because the things that he's doing to land him in the hole could prolong him getting out. And she doesn't know like what could be so bad about him going to the hole that he can't share with her. And the only thing she could think about is him likely selling drugs in prison. Okay, so Jakima. She finally is able to talk to Donnie. He does FaceTime her because I think you can get at least one phone call a week while you're in the hole. And he's saying that he doesn't know why he's in the hole. That's what he's telling her. She lets him know, listen, I told the kids about you being in prison. He's like, dang, why you do that? I wasn't ready to have that conversation with them yet. I wanted to keep up the facade, right? Well, she said, you can go ahead and have the further conversation and let them know why. Okay, so she takes the phone in there, talks to him, and then we learned that, he landed in prison because he, was selling drugs or whatever the case was. He made sure he let the kids know that it was a very bad thing to do and how he doesn't plan on doing it again. He doesn't want to be away from them once he comes home. He doesn't want to do anything to jeopardize him being away from from those kids. And, one of the kids ended up calling him dad. And I ain't gonna lie, it was a soft moment. It was like, like, what the hell, But then at the same time, it was kind of giving like, you don't know that man like that for you to be calling this man dad. But I don't know, girl. I don't know how to. I mean, when kids don't have their actual dad there, and somebody else is giving them the love and the attention and providing for them and gifts and this and that, it's likely easier for them to just say dad. And that's what they felt. That's what he did in the moment. And when I tell y'all, Donnie looked so shocked. He was like, what? Huh? And, you could tell that really affecting him. Like, wow, like, I already want to be there with y'all is what he says. I want to be there with y'all mama and stuff. I don't ever want to leave y'all. And now to know that y'all are putting me in such a high position as dad, I really don't want to let y'all down. So I pray that he doesn't. Okay, I am liking to see men come out of prison and actually not be on some BS and actually trying to do better, like Rob and Teenie. Right? I think that Rob is not a bad guy. I think he does want a family. I think he does want to do right by the family that he has. Okay. So I like that. I don't feel like I've seen a lot of that aside from Louis. I think Louis is also trying to do better as well. So I'm hoping that Rob as well as Donnie are definitely those two guys that can come out and be better. Okay, I don't know what to say about Bradley and I don't know what to say about Hunter, but I'm hoping Rob and Donnie at least come out and, do better, especially Donnie, now that you got these kids involved for real. right? And somewhat a Rob, but that little girl don't call him dad or anything like that, but she does care about him and she does like him. But y'all got kids involved, so hopefully y'all do better. So anywho, he tells her he don't know how long he'll be in the hole, and that he also may be moving to a different prison, which is crazy. So she's like, what the hell? And he don't want her to get upset, but it's like, how do I not get upset when I done uprooted my entire life to come here with my children? And you mean to tell me you may be going to another prison, and that prison could be even further away than where we are now? Yeah, that's a problem. If he does have to go to another prison, my thoughts are you could stay where you are and continue to get to know his family, or you could just move your ass back home where your real support system is, to me. Okay, and we'll just wait on that man to get out and go from there. Okay, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so far so good. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. That's all I got. I'm Jami, that's me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.